Hi, welcome to Ranger Country. I'm Peter.
And I'm Lawrence.
And we're here today to bring you a review of the Remington Spirit X.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So we brought this Bullpup down to the studio this morning and put it through its paces, haven't we?
Yep.
Seeing what we reckon to it. Start us off, Lawrence, at your end.
Yeah, so obviously we're starting at the butt here. We don't have an adjustable butt plate, but we do have rubberized butt plate, so that sort of stops it sliding about in the shoulder and that sort of thing. You've got this very funky looking stock. It's got smooth curves to it, but it's also sort of staccato,
Bit of a keyhole cut out.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Spirit X, which just means it's a wooden stock, basically. We've got the Spirit as well, standard Spirit, which is black synthetic. It's just a bit different, isn't it? You don't often get a not too expensive wood-stocked PCP at this sort of price range. So yeah, it's nice to see.
Gamma boxer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's non-regged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comes with a hard case. Swings and roundabouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a magazine well here. They come with one magazine as standard. In 177, they're 11 round. Don't have a 2.2 figures to hand, but it's probably going to be 9 shot in 2.2. So that's exactly the same, very conveniently, some might say, as something like a Snow Peak magazine.
Okay.
They're very similar to a Snow Peak P35.
Is that why it's probably got P35X written on the side of it?
That probably explains it, yeah.
That could be it. Yeah.
So it's just the same, basically.
Almost identical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know why they do that, to be honest. But
Did they forget to change the branding?
they might have done. Yeah. Which box should we put this one in?
Yeah.
So moving forward, we have we've got the trigger here, haven't we? With a cross bolt safety, just straight across, blocks the trigger from being pulled.
Yeah.
Moving forward, got a quite a chunky fore end there, and then your cylinder with a. I like these.
Do you?
You do need two hands to do it.
I was just going to say you can't do it one-handed.
No, you can't.
Be able to do that while you're holding your cylinder as well.
No. So you've got your cylinder's got to be balanced, hasn't it? Laying down, the gun's got to be secure. Pull that forward, pop your fill probe in, and then let it go, and then go back to your cylinder.
Yeah. So I don't think in that we never actually explicitly said it's spring-loaded.
It is spring.
So when you pull it out, it springs back.
Yeah. Quite strong spring on that as well. I mean, that solves your dust cover problems, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
All in one. But, yeah.
And it leaves it looking quite smart as well, to be fair.
Yeah. Down to, from a mechanical point of view, I'm looking at that and thinking, how'd you get that off for servicing? That's typical, isn't it?
If you pull it really, really hard,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come off.
Yeah.
You've also got your gauge up there as well, haven't you?
Yes, you have, yeah.
Up by the business end. Some people don't like it.
Yep.
I think it's an elegant place for it on this one, but yeah, it's down the end.
I think it's always convenient. I mean, we've got guns like Varrock HW100 110 with a gauge on the end, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got Gammos.
Huntsman's.
Yeah.
Daystate Huntsman's.
The regulated ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a gauge on the end. I think it's just easy, isn't it? You've got your fill valve in the end there. Let's stick a gauge on the end of it, and we don't have to worry about a cutout in the stock. And
yeah,
does the job, doesn't it? Really.
Yeah. I imagine it probably saves a lot more time and money and effort than we even give it credit for.
Yeah.
I imagine that's why they do it.
Now, while your gun's unloaded and your cocking lever's back, nothing in it, and you've got your fill probe attached, I suppose while you're sort of working at the business end here, it's probably easy to see it when you
I suppose
check that.
Yeah.
You'd always watch your bottle gauge though, wouldn't you, when you're filling, because these aren't as accurate as your bottle gauge.
No, never are.
So
the gauge on the gun is never as good quality, never as reliable as ones on your diving cylinder.
Yeah.
For instance. Anyway, back from a slight tangent. Side lever. It's currently on the right hand side, but it's on the incorrect side, isn't it? It's on the correct side and also the right hand side.
It is interchangeable. Look at that. You've got little mounting holes there, so you can move it over.
Yep. So you could have it on the wrong side as well. We've got a weaver rail up top here, so sort of tactical, fairly standard tactical style rail. You could have night vision or anything like that on this. Quick release mounts, something like that. Goes with the territory, with it being a sort of short, compact little bullpup tactical thing. That's pretty standard, to be fair, nowadays.
Now, I see that we have put a really nice MTC Viper Pro on the top there.
Yeah.
And there is a reason, isn't there?
Yeah, but this comes with a scope.
It does.
So why have we got an MTC on it?
Well, I couldn't see through it.
I also couldn't see through it.
Yeah.
My eyes, I don't need glasses. My eyes are usually not bad, but I couldn't make my eyes focus on the target to be able to see what I was looking at.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say you get budget scopes, don't you? And then you get disposable scopes. I think it's probably in the disposable scope.
It's nice to say that it comes with the scope, but personally I would, unless you're hunting at low magnification, closer ranges, 20, 25 yards.
What, mice in a trap or something?
Yeah. At 9 times magnification, the original scope that came with it, I couldn't see the target at 25 meters, and I couldn't make my eyes see the target either. Usually I can sort of change my focus and stuff.
It's not often we actually change change the scope, do we? When the package actually comes with a scope, but in this instance we did. So be warned. It's
an honest review, and it's that honest that we had to change it out.
Yeah.
So make of that what you will.
Yeah.
It is regulated. These.
Yeah. It's shrouded barrel as well.
Yep. And you've got little pressure relief vents down here.
Yeah. Nice little puff of air. You go, where's that air leaking from? And to the uninitiated, you'll probably think that, but it's just your vent holes taking some of the blowback air outside.
Yeah, which will quieten it down. And then
blowback air, rather bypass air from up here.
Yeah.
To take some of the noise out.
Yeah. You can also get a silencer onto it as well. Standard 1/2" UNF thread as well. So it will be quite quiet with the silencer on.
It'll be very quiet, won't it? Yeah.
In terms of features then?
Yeah. It's got quite a few, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we jump on into handling?
Okay.
We'll measure it up and we'll talk you through the power and bits and bobs like that.
Yep. So now, Lawrence, this one weighs in around about 3.1 kilos with our MTC Viper Pro on, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's quite a big scope. It's 1/2 kilo of scope. So yeah. High end of 2 kilos. That's quite a light rifle. Considering it's a beach stock, usually wood stocks will be a little bit heavier than synthetics. It
is. And length, we are looking at about 75 centimetres, 3/4 metre, 29.5 inches.
3/4 metre. What a strange way to put that. bit of a tangent, but it just seems like
0.75 of a metre. It's roughly about 3/4, isn't it?
It just seems like a strange way of saying it.
Probably. 750 millimetres then.
Yeah. Back on subject. Power-wise, we were chronoed this straight out of the box. It was 9.5 with the, what were we using? Air Arms Diablo Field, I think it was.
As we normally
8.4s, yeah.
We did wind the power up a little bit, didn't we?
Yep.
To its maximum that we could wind it to. And we achieved 10.8?
Yep. 10 3/4.
I'm not going to live that one down, am I? Yeah.
That was with just Air Arms. Usually heavier pellets, something like a JSB heavy or the QYS streamlined that we usually use, they'll probably put it up. They'd be 11.5.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're more accurate either.
No.
So
we'll get into that in a sec.
Yes.
In terms of subjective handling then, what do you think? Because I quite like it.
I quite liked it. I like the length, the feel, where the cock, well, not really where the cocking lever is because it's on the wrong side, but the positioning of the cocking levers relative to the length of the gun.
You can do it without moving your hand off the thumbhole. I quite like it as well. I like that quite chunky, flat front end.
Yeah.
And I think the grip is, like you say, just in the right place. Yeah, I think it sits quite well. I quite like the trigger for a not too expensive rifle. Usually the triggers are lacking, but this one I think is actually quite good. It was very crisp.
I found the first stage very, very heavy. So it's a very, very simple adjustment on the trigger mechanism for the first stage. And so I backed off a load of pressure on that.
Yeah, just to make that bit a bit lighter.
And for me, that improved it a lot.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it was a heavy first pull. Now, magazine. I found a lot of these magazines are quite awkward, aren't they? You go, which way does it go in? And
I think most of the Chinese ones are all the same. They're all ostensibly the same. They work with the same technique. You just spin it around the wrong way, put it in the wrong way, and then you can load it up from there.
Yeah.
Once you get the hang of it, and once you realise that's how they work, I don't think it's too bad.
No, I felt putting the magazine in and locating it, and you have got two little magnets on the bottom there. I found that very good.
Yeah,
it's just slot it in, click. I know some of the Turkish or other Chinese magazines can be a bit fiddly to get in, can't they?
But yeah, like you say, you just sort of pop it in, line it up, and then you hear
that click as the magnets locate, don't you? Yeah.
Very nice. Yep, we like that.
We do. So, what else?
There's getting to shoot it. Now, in our testing, we did have to clean the barrel quite extensively.
And that was pretty filthy, wasn't it?
We will put a photo in now. Yeah, it was quite filthy straight out of the box.
It was.
Which is quite standard for sort of Chinese and Turkish guns. Protective oil, I think probably is what it's called. Stop everything rusting inside. But it was pretty not great to start with.
Cleaning this reminded me of cleaning pulling through a centerfire rifle. You know, in the old days when you was pulling it through, and it just seemed relentless trying to get it clean, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So we did get a lot of filth out the barrel, which did make it a little bit better, didn't it? It made it a little bit more accurate.
Yeah. Bit like the morning after an Indian.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we have a go shooting it?
Let's see what we can do with it. Yeah, I've got images in my mind now.
Let's go.
So let's have a look, see what Lawrence can do with this Remington Spirit X.
Let's give it a go. So we will say that we've had a good bit of pellet testing with this, and we've settled on the H&M Barracuda FTs. Didn't seem to particularly enjoy the QAS, i.e. they were pretty bad in it. And the air arms weren't great either. Both of our normal go-tos, so we sort of...
Now, we did clean the barrel on this one, didn't we? And we really brought out some filth. It did make a difference, though, the barrel cleaning. Wow. Best not speak too soon. Told you.
I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't me, in the words of Shaggy. I don't think it was me anyway.
Okay. So while we're talking, do you want us to load up a few more and just see,
Yeah.
see if you can perform a little better? I know we've done quite a bit of shooting with this, haven't we, today?
Yeah, and it's been generally all right. We were getting some flyers like that with the air arms, but not so much with the H&Ns.
You know, some guns, when we're shooting them, when we're zeroing, when we're doing the reviews, I really enjoy. Do you know what I mean? They're easy to shoot and they're just
straight
joy.
out of the box. Yeah.
This isn't one of them for me.
It's taken us a little bit more time than most guns do to get set up.
Better, that group up there. So I'm watching on the monitor that we've got here, so I can see exactly where Lawrence's pellets are going. Ball. That's joined up with that other. Was it the second or third shot that went through the ball? Was that you?
Nope.
What was that?
Probably through the centre.
That was about 5:30, wasn't it? The green. 3:30. Same again. Same again. Just up a fraction. That wasn't. Okay, we're out of bullets, sir. Yeah. So, throwing a couple of flyers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that was. Can you put that down to pellets? I wonder.
They looked all right when I was putting them in.
Would that be unfair?
I didn't inspect them properly, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's what we were getting with air arms as well.
It was. Yeah.
It would do a few absolutely bang on through the same hole, and then it puts them way off.
Yeah. It was hard work, I found.
Shall we try finagling some single shots?
If you can, if your nimble fingers will get those pellets in there. Yeah. But you've got a full target. That's your problem.
I'm gonna be a bit.
Not free.
No, that's my aim. That's gonna be my aim point.
Okay. That's a good idea, actually.
I know.
It's not often he does this. Goes to single loading, so it's. I think it just shows the lengths we've gone to in setting up, trying to. Trying to get good performance. Another fly.
Just put some flyers occasionally.
Yeah. Okay, so you've thoroughly enjoyed the shooting of it.
It's actually quite nice. The trigger's quite crisp.
It is now.
Yeah.
Now I played with it.
I thought it was all right to start with.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was the first stage was very, very heavy.
Yeah. I usually just sort of muscle memory just take up the first stage, and then you just wait.
Yeah, that's putting me off. So I did adjust the first stage.
let's jump into the conclusion then.
Yeah. So let's summarise, Lawrence, what we like and what we don't like with this rifle.
Yep.
So you go first. You start. What do you like?
Feels good, looks good, doesn't shoot amazing.
Okay. And what don't you like?
That last bit. I mean, we've only had what, half an hour, 3/4 of an hour to
Shoot it. Yeah.
clean the barrel, try a couple different tins of pellets, and sort of get used to it. So we haven't tried the pellet that it likes. Clearly, it was banging them straight in through the same hole. So
I had that as well. But then it'd throw flyers.
Yeah.
For me, and that was with QS, that was with Air Arms, or that was with the H&Ns as well.
Yeah.
So I think this would take a bit of work, this rifle.
Yeah. It will do it. Usually, if a rifle's inaccurate, it's inaccurate and it's all over the place. But if it's putting some through the same hole and then it just throws the odd one, it's not. It means that it's not necessarily the barrel's fault. It's not you.
It could be you.
It could be me.
Yeah. Be honest. Yeah. Now the amount of time that we spent on zeroing it and pellet testing and whatever, usually with most rifles we can nail it, can't we, in that time?
Yeah, it may not look it when it comes to actually shooting it, but promise we do.
Yeah, so I think we both struggled with shooting it, didn't we?
Yeah,
in reality.
It feels nice and it looks nice, and the act of shooting it is nice. The magazine's easy to load and everything.
Yeah.
We just didn't get the results out of it.
Yeah. No, we didn't. So, value for money? I know we're looking around about between 500 and 600 mark, aren't we, for this?
Yeah.
Value for money?
It's quite strong. I don't know.
Quite strong money.
There was a time pre-COVID where this sort of money would get you something like an Air Arms S410.
400?
No, 410. Six something, weren't they?
Okay.
650, something like that.
Okay.
2019, something like that. I mean, that's quality-wise is worlds apart. So I think we've got to sort of change our expectations. There's a lot of good rifles on the market nowadays. We do like the Remington X stuff. I'm sort of, in my head, I'm comparing it to like a Myth.
Yeah.
Remington X Myth, I think they're about the 4 mark in a wood stock. They shoot much better. We have done a review of that as well.
Gamo Boxer, you mentioned that while I was doing the review.
Yeah.
Gamo Boxer. It does strike me. It has got very similarities to the Boxer, hasn't it?
Yeah. The Boxer comes with less stuff though.
Like what?
I think it's only got 1 mag. Is it 1 mag or 2 mag maybe? But it's bolt action and it's non-regulated, and the bolt is right at the back here.
Is it less accurate?
No, I haven't shot one in quite a while. I think, yeah.
And it's the standard Gamo. It's the Gamo action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same as like the GX40, the Fox, and whatever. And probably more accurate. Probably. You don't get a scope with it though, which is probably the quality of the scope. Is probably not a bad thing, is it? To be honest,
it saves you space in the wheelie bin.
It does. Yeah. Cuts down on recycling. Yeah.
But
no, that's we like to be objective and we like to be honest, and there we are.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
If I was looking for one of them, I'd buy a Myth.
Would you really?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much for watching.
Yes, thank you.
We'll see you in the next video.